So, good evening to everyone. We're so excited about having you here today to begin our series, working with realtors to help level and upskill their branding for 2024 and beyond. With all financial services, it's very important that we invest into our realtors that we work with on a regular basis. So, this is going to be our first of monthly series on different marketing strategies and tools that you can use. Ron, if you want to go ahead and take over real quick before we get started.
Sure thing, Austin. Appreciate the joining us and being a part of this this launch into a lot of people's social media career, because I think a lot of us know that it's important. For those that don't know, I'm the sales manager, all financial services. We are your local mortgage lender, trusted, results oriented, always everybody to the closing table. We're located in Owens Mills. I'm Captain.Mortgage on Instagram. But besides that, Austin and we partner up on various, projects and tasks. And I try to touch base with Austin once or twice a week because he knows his stuff. So the audience, the listening audience right now, those folks that hear this recording, you guys are in for truly something special that will help, kick off your social media career. Again, I think we all understand the value and importance of marketing ourselves and branding ourselves, but a lot of us don't know how to do it. So we're literally spending time and energy and effort putting things out on social media that may or may not work. Right? There's a formula to this thing, and I think Austin is gonna really dive in and lean into it on a deeper level. But there's a method to the madness, and posting at a certain time, what you post, how you post, what you tag in it, the keywords that you use, search engine optimization. You'll hear that SOE. So we're at the very beginning stages and don't want to overwhelm anybody, but this is for those folks, and this is also for those folks that understand that social media is important and just have absolutely no idea where to start. You know, those folks are near and dear to our heart. And as a mortgage lender, we're looking to provide value in every space and every place possible to help our partners grow, to encourage potential future real estate agents to partner with us. There's incentive to do all of these things because what we're looking to do, and I'll pass it back to Austin right now, who's the star of this show, is to add value along with the normal things that you expect, amazing client experience, closing on time, and things like that. We want to add more value. We want to help you close more loans. You're closing two or three, let's get to four or five, six or seven. And I truly believe social media is the way to do that. The most bang for your buck because it doesn't really cost much, and you have your own TV show if you get the right following. So that's what it's like for me since December of 2022. I've been posting pretty regularly. It was every day up until about the last 30 or 45 days where I kind of pivot and taking on some new ideas as I learn new things about social media. But I've gained a ton of clients, a lot of partners over the last year. I truly understand, and I can't stress enough. If you are serious about your business, but you're not posting on social media, how serious are you about your business? And I'll leave it right back to Austin. Thank you, brother.
No, thank you. Thank you. So, as I shared previously, this is going to be the first of a series around social media marketing. The slide deck will be shared out with those in attendance, and the recording will be shared as well, right? So marketing is the foundation of any business that you have, right? You have to understand like how to market yourself, what goes into it, the psychological aspect of marketing, and you need to know what tools that you need to be able to utilize in order to better equip yourself to be successful, right? So today we're going to talk about different strategies, things that you can use in order to best prepare and how to go about being successful, right? And you're in the right place if you looking to get a better understanding of branding versus marketing versus advertising, looking to build your marketing strategy, try to figure out how to go about doing that, unsure about how to attract new clients. It's not just about posting, but posting the right things into the right people. You're unsure about who your ideal client is. So you need to get an understand of who your client avatar is, what they look like, and how to describe to them. Or if you need to get away from your kids for the next 45 minutes, you are in the right place. And just a little bit about myself. My name is Austin. I am a full-time college administrator, but I've been doing content creation and marketing for the past 4 years. I've taught business for over 10 years at the high school and collegiate level. I am married with one child and a dog. And like I said, my background is in business. I have a BS in business education, and my doctorate is in educational leadership and management. And if I can go around so we can get a better understanding of the agents on the call today, go ahead and share who you are and where you are holding your license at.
Well, my name is Joshua Rosenberg. I work with All Financial as well, so I love to learn all this new stuff and be able to tell this to other realtors down the line. So that's why I like to join in. Thanks for your time.
Anyone else want to share who they are and where they're holding their license at?
I am Jaleesa Breckenridge. I'm with Realty One Group Universal.
Is that Miriella? Am I saying that right? Well, maybe she'll come back in a moment, right? So,
Mirella, yes.
Mirella.
Hi.
Hello, Mirella. Hello.
How are you?
I'm well. You want to say where you hold your license at currently?
With EXP.
Oh, okay. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So glad you're able to join us today. All right.
Thank
So,
you, thank
first
you.
question that we have is how do you typically market your business? So, for the three agents on the phone right now, how are you marketing your business on a regular basis right now?
Well, I'm very new to the real estate, so I'm trying to get things together.
Okay. All right. Look, you're in the right place. This is a
I
great
know.
foundational starting point. So excellent. So go ahead. How are you? How? So I'll come back to you. Lisa, why don't you go ahead and share how you go about marketing?
Okay, so this is not my strong suit, but I do post sometimes on social media. Every month I send out a newsletter that goes to everyone that I have their email address for. And when I sell a house, I send out postcards to anywhere, depending upon the neighborhood, anywhere between 100 and 250 people. Postcards go out. So that's it. That's all I got. Oh, and then I do open houses. I feel like that markets me.
Okay. And Josh, you want to go ahead?
Well, even though I'm not a realtor, I'm still doing the same thing, right? I'm trying to build my brand as a loan officer and meet realtors. So, and of course, bring in clients. So I generally like to post on Facebook at least once a day, if not every other day. I'm thinking about starting a business page on Facebook. Other than that, I'm pretty active on LinkedIn. But I try to be out there. But obviously, I want to get in touch with more people. So that's why I'm here to see how we can expand, what I'm doing to reach more people.
All right, excellent. And then Dawn.
I try to do a lot of Instagram posts. And also I've started doing newsletters and taking them around the neighborhood. That's basically it. So I'm trying. I'm doing.
All right, listen, and that's great, and that's great. All right, so the big question is: a lot of people will think that they're doing branding, they're doing marketing, they're advertising. While some of the words are interchangeable, each has its very own specific and special lane in order to help elevate your business, right? So in business, you typically focus on two of the following elements because they interlock in terms of when they should remain separate and when they should join together. So starting with branding. Branding is the promotion of a particular product or company by means of advertising and the distinctive design of that business, right? So with Target, you recognize it by its bullseye. McDonald's, you recognize the golden arches. Nike, you recognize the check. So when it comes to your branding, you could have very specific items that are recognizable to you, right? So you could have like your signature look, signature color scheme when it comes to like your branding. You can have your logo associated with your flyers and photos. You could have a signature slogan that you're saying on the end of your thing. So for Ron, for example, being Captain Mortgage, like that is his brand. So whenever he's out speaking and engaging, he's using that slogan and that monogram so that he is recognizable by that and people are associating that with him. From a marketing standpoint, the activity of a business promoting itself or the products that they utilize or serve, including the market research and advertising in there, right? So you notice that advertising is in both distinct definitions of both branding and marketing. So from a marketing standpoint, it's usually the activity. So if you're creating coupons or flyers or booklets, if you're a realtor, you have your buyer's guide, your seller's guide, your listing guide. You have the graphics you make where you have listing photos or just sold or postcards, you name it, door hangers. These are all different ways that you can market either your services that you provide or the properties that you are associated with. And there are different ways you can utilize or promote or push these things by going out and sharing it, doing reels or video content, which is extremely important. And we'll talk about a little bit later. Looking to sponsor different events or activities. It doesn't have to be necessarily something that's big dollar. A lot of agents I'm seeing are doing like coat drives, food drives, canned good drives for the holidays, leveraging and trying to get their name out in situations for causes they automatically want to support anyway. And then advertising is the action of calling something to the attention of the public, especially by paid announcement or direct action, right? So if you are trying to get yourself and or your business recognized, that goes in the lines of advertisement for your business, right? And that can be anywhere from video content, Google Ads, business cards, taking out an ad for a dance recital, running Facebook commercial, Instagram, IG commercials, you name it. Those are all different ways that you can advertise, right? So what is the key difference? And there's a word in there. When you talk about marketing advertising, what is the key difference that you all see from a vocabulary term standpoint?
One's general, one's a bit more specific.
That is one way of looking at it.
Action calling and advertising.
Very good. It's the action. It's the what is your what is your call to action? What is it that you're looking to put out there in the world? What are you expecting? You are with advertising. It has a very specific call to action, or you're very specifically asking the public to do something or have some kind of response or reaction. Versus marketing, it could just be for general information for people to be aware of. So just keep that in mind as you are going through your own terms of being able to distinctly be able to tell the difference between the two. Right. So as we move on, if you're new in your journey, this is perfect in that when you're creating your brand or your brand story, you need to be able to identify it with your hex colors. So hex colors are the very distinct colors associated with your brand. And this is important because as you are either going to be putting out new flyers, doing cross promotion with different companies and things of that nature, the first thing they're going to ask you is for your hex colors. Why? Because when you get flyers designed, there are about 300 different shades of blue. So you can't say my colors are blue, white, and yellow, blue, white, and green. You need to be able to give a hex color. So if you're unsure about what your hex color is, look no further because the website colors.co is a hex color generator. And what a hex color generator does is it allows for you to be able to review and then pinpoint colors and then get the hex color associated with it so that you can record it for later use. So if you are in your branding journey or have just been using colors but unsure about what your color scheme is, I would definitely recommend writing down that colors.co, spending time, and I will circle back on there when I begin to share my computer for websites later on today, so you'll be able to see that. Once you have that determined, I would recommend you getting a logo and signature, and then utilizing that logo and signature in your different advertisements. So like if you're noticing the social media page for AFS, at the bottom of the post, you'll begin to see their logo and or signature associated there. Why? Because if something gets reshared, people will be able to associate that piece of marketing with the overall brand. So that's important. If you're unsure about where to get a logo or signature done at, you can get an entry level done, by using templates that are provided free via Canva. If you want to go on Etsy, there are other templates that you can purchase or have provided for you on Etsy that'll give you the foundational tools and skills, especially for those who may not financially be able to fully invest. This is a great way for you to be able to start. And then if you do have a few dollars to be able to invest, you can go on something like Fiverr in order to have one made. And within Fiverr is a great third-party resource that people can design and create things for you on the go for a relatively inexpensive price. So it's a great thing for you to be able to research and see if that works for you. And then images. Quality images are extremely important because they can create a story for you that will speak even when you can't. And there are different ways you can go about doing images, right? You can pay for a branding session or a branding shoot. You can utilize your own cell phone. And something that I recommend people in a couple of classes that I teach is this is a mobile tripod. And within the tripod, it has a trigger built into it. So you can place it randomly somewhere that is well lit. You can hit the button and then be able to capture images for yourself. Now, the major difference between a branding session and this will be used as filler content, whereas like a branding session will give you high quality resolution images. And that's important when you're looking at getting flyers and different productions made because you need the highest resolution possible. You don't want to be limited to just what your cell phone produces, only because your cell phone is going to condense the image. So you want to make sure that you're investing in high quality branding images as well. Question before we move on to the next slide. All right, so moving right along. So your business should tell a story in all that you do. So each and every one of you has become involved in real estate because of some very specific reason, right? So you should be able to tell that story. People like it, or people associate themselves better, people who they like, know, and trust. In order to be somebody that is likable or trustable, people have to know who you are. So you can get that point across or share, once again, starting with video content. You can do a reel sharing different scenarios, not only just of who you are, but different scenarios that people may face. A lot of people feel, that they have isolated situations or isolated circumstances, but that's not the case. But they won't know that until you begin to paint the story about the overall situation that somebody else may be going through. Breaking down common buyer and seller situations. So for Josh, while you're on a different aspect or stance as a non-realtor, you can share scenarios that you face on a regular basis and how people are able to overcome or change the situation in which they're in. Same thing for Don and Jaleesa and Mirella. Did I say that correctly that time? I believe I did. If I didn't, Apologize.
You did.
I did.
Thank
All
you.
right, great. Share different scenarios. I can't stress that enough. And the scenarios don't have to be just from your own clients. If you're working with a team lead or somebody within your organization, ask for different scenarios that they faced. You know, go to breakfast or coffee with a lender that you may be working with and ask them for scenarios that they have come across. Title. Many of you work with different title companies. If you don't, you know, Nate Kish over there at Legacy is a great individual who has examples of different title situations in which they face. People will begin to relate to you more if they feel as though that you understand their situation or are able to create solutions for them, right? And then showcasing information from a popular area. So if there's a popular area that's up and coming or rehabs, you know, whether it be off of you know, within the city, within the county limits, within Anne Arundel County, no matter where it is, share different information that makes a different neighborhood or area popular and why people should prepare themselves to be able to enter into the market. And then last but not least, you know, share information that's not just real estate related, right? Like, why should people follow you even after the transaction? So Jaleesa is a great realtor, right? It's a great realtor. I bought a house from her. The transaction's over. Why should I want to stay connected to Jaleesa? Like, what am I learning about her on social media? You know, so give people a reason to want to follow you or be connected with you on a regular so that you always stay on top of mind for them. So, from a marketing standpoint, you know, you need to have those foundational things. So, the number one form of marketing for any business, no matter who or where you are, is word of mouth, right? Word of mouth and referrals. Most agents will tell you that they're receiving the majority of their clients from word of mouth. So, how are you increasing that word of mouth? How are you, if you're a new agent, how are you able to convince somebody that you are still the best option to go with and you're going to be able to provide and have their best interest at heart? What are you doing, right? How are you able to use people who are within your sphere of influence or serve influence within the market to best utilize and help elevate your brand? You know, so whether it's a lender and say, hey, do you mind doing an IG live with me or Facebook live, great video content, recording that video content and then being able to chop it up for later use. I mean, that's a different way. Utilizing social media posting in order to create real content or highlights from a walkthrough, video walkthrough or an event. Different ways to do that. And then also creating paid advertisement content. If you need to expand your brand and have a larger reach, let's say you're starting off with 50 followers, 60 followers. Well, you want to begin to expand your reach. A way to do that is be doing paid advertisement so that more people will follow you and you get within that sphere to be able to help push your narrative forward. Each and every one of us should be on Google My Business. The reason why you should be on Google My Business is because Google is the number one search engine in the world. And when people are looking for ads or to be able to connect, they're going to be leveraging and utilizing Google. So it's very important to be able to push Google as much as possible. And how do you go about doing that? You start off by doing Google My Business, and it's extremely easy to do. You can use for your address, you can use where your brokerage is housed at, so people will be able to search and find you within that area, and then build out your platform for there. Talk about the services that you offer. You know, what do you specialize in? Use photos from different tours or different reviews that you may have. Utilize past clients. If you did a buyer's consultation, even if they didn't buy, ask the client to be able to provide you with a review, talking about your customer service, how you're able to solve different situations. I mean, you name it, you know, those are all different skills that you can leverage and to be able to share. Some of the benefits of the account, right? You become more searchable on the internet. One of the biggest ways that people, second biggest way besides word of mouth is through search, whether it be on social media or whether it be through Google. So the more content that you're able to put out there, the easier it is for you to be able to be searched. People can easily get in contact with you in order to book a consultation. So within Google My Business, you can add, schedule a consultation or services, or people be able to look you up by your cell phone. So that's another benefit. And then you can leverage the content that you've already been created onto the Google profile as well. So if you have photos, video content that you've already made, you can add that into your Google My Business profile. In order to set up an account, you have to have a physical address. That's your home address. So I would say use where your brokerage license is. You're going to take time to add a logo that actually fits, that's circular, so that fits within the space. And then you're going to take your best images and then use what's called alt names. Alt names are when you add an image to the internet, it says what is the alternative name. So you have an opportunity to be able to describe it. And by using an alt name, it also makes you more searchable for people who are looking for certain things. So you can say Baltimore City Townhouse, right? If somebody Googles Baltimore City Townhouse, your image may pop up and then ta-da, it goes to your page. So leveraging and utilizing alt names is extremely, extremely important. Client experience gigs, right? So client experience gigs are ways that you can best create relationships with people who are in the industry or maybe looking for services, right? But the main goal is to create email lists. For many of you, leveraging and using a CRM is extremely important. So when you have gigs or different opportunities to be able to network, you can build your list there. And it doesn't have to be something that's extremely expensive. And with the holidays coming up, you can do things, like I said, as a coat drive, different informational sessions. You can do a Zoom session. You can leverage a event with a third-party vendor, a vendor that you're looking to be able to work with. But you want to begin to think about different opportunities you have to build your email list, and you can do that through a client experience. And then at the end, have a call to action. What are you expecting from them? 9 times out of 10, a person may not be ready to buy that very day, but if you're capturing their email, asking them for feedback, a testimonial, or something of that nature, you're able to leverage that experience to help push and better your brand. And you're doing all these things with the goal of raising and increasing your business. But before you actually take the last step after you collect all the data information, you want to make sure you have Google Analytics or some type of analytics set up, whether it be on your Facebook or Instagram page or Google Analytics for your website. And that way you can track data. By tracking the data, you're able to see how influential or how productive your overall sessions are being, or how much traffic is coming to your page, in order to determine if your client avatar is right, if your graphics and information you're sharing is right and correct, and how you can look to grow and expand that even more. And you want to make sure you have a strong call to action. What are you expecting people to do at the end of either looking at your social media graphic or utilizing your content? How many people in here have ran a Facebook ad before? Not a boosted post, but an actual ad. Anybody?
I know we've run, Austin, we've run several ads in the past with some previous social media partners where we would kind of, the call to action would be for potential prospect clients to fill out an application online or to hit this link so that it becomes a landing page and we can capture your information. And even if you don't put a application online, we would capture your information as contacts. I mean, these days, I think it's obvious that, you know, capturing people's personal information is like one of the most, lucrative things that folks do. If you look at Google and Tesla, all of these companies don't sell product; they gather information so that they can find out how much the cost of acquiring you as a customer is. They know your interests, your phone's listening to you, all of these things. So we ran an ad with the call to action was either take an application or simply, give us your email address and phone number and stuff so that we can have those, so that we're able to market to you down in the future.
Yeah, that's great, Ron. That's great, Ron. Anybody else? Who else has ran an ad before? Well, this is going to be good information. So, when you're talking about running ads, right? There are different reasons why people run ads. And the reason why I say running an ad is important, running an ad is going to be more beneficial than you boosting a post. Boosting a post is going to do nothing but throw your post into a non-targeted audience. While as realtors, you guys can't limit demographics like age and gender and things of that nature. You do have the ability to use what is called lookalike audiences and things of that nature that Instagram and Facebook feel as though people who are like-minded of your current followers can and should follow. So that is extremely important, right? So you want to begin to look at your audience. Who are the people that initially follow you? If the people who are following you are not potential clients, you need to begin to readjust and reshift your audience, right? And the reason why I say that, like, if they're not in your area, if they're not in the metro area, if they're not connected with people who would look to buy, because Facebook does what's called lookalike audiences, and it will base it upon your current followership and individuals who are connected with you on a regular basis. So you want to focus on your audience so that you can get more messages, you can get more leads or website traffic. But if you're doing a website traffic, where are you taking them to? You don't want to take them to just your general website. You want to take them to a landing page that has very specific information for them to be able to digest, right? What can they expect from you? What is some critical information? Where's your contact information? All of that, all those items, the person should be able to find within 15 to 30 seconds. Because Google, and once you get into Google Analytics, we'll talk about it in another class. Average person is staying on your page for 15 to 30 seconds. So you want to make sure that critical information is there before they begin to fall off. All right, now we're getting to the good part. Tools that you all should invest in, right? So, first thing, if you're an agent, I would invest in an Etsy realtor guide, whether it be a buyer guide or seller guide, because it's a great way for you to come across as an expert and to show social proof. For those who are in attendance, Ron and All Financial Services is going to be gifting you all a buyer's guide. So I'll be sending that to your emails at the end of today's session to get you guys kickstarted and on your journey. So thanks to Ron. So in addition to that, you want to get a video stabilizer. So what is a video stabilizer? A video stabilizer will allow you to have video that is non-shaky if you're somewhere, whether you're doing like a video walkthrough or attending an event. That way you just help to increase your overall video experience. How many people have watched the video where somebody's walking and because naturally their body's shaking, the video shaking, you lose interest and you fall off? And so you want to make sure that you have quality video. Another way that you can do quality video is by investing in video lights. When you are very well lit, your video comes across better. It's not as grainy or modular. So you want to make sure that you're investing in quality video lights, and then not just video lights, but also lapel mics. Lapel mics will allow for you to have very crisp and clean audio. A perfect example is, I don't know if you paid attention to the All Financial Services page today. Bill's video had very crisp and clean audio because he was utilizing a lapel mic. And lapel mics don't have to be expensive. You can get an inexpensive lapel mic system for $30, but it'll make all the difference within your cell phone. Next, your necessary applications. If you're not in AI or utilizing AI, you are falling behind. Number one is ChatGPT. We will be offering a class on ChatGPT and how to utilize the commands and be able to share those commands. So you want to stay tuned for that. But utilizing AI software, not just for your social media posts, but in order to write copy, right? So they say that you should at least have up to 9 contacts with a potential client in a month. So how are you doing that? And ChatGPT can help you to craft those email messages, those text messages, those drip campaigns. It can write a contract for you. You name it. Now, I wouldn't tell you to do a real estate contract, be in compliance, but it can give you the framework to outline for a potential agreement, just to give some parameters and framework. So you name it, AI has the ability to frame that out for you. Canva Pro, for those who are looking to make graphics, Canva Pro is a great resource to have, because with the Pro account, you can add your branding colors to it, your style guide, your logo, all of that can be embedded and saved in there. So that is great to have. CapCut, a great video editing tool. You're able to not only edit video, but you can add text to speech in there. We'll be doing a video class on CapCut and how to be able to utilize that. Google Drive, for all of those agents who run out of cell phone space on a regular, having a Google Drive account will allow you to be able to save your video so that you don't bog down your cell phone with too much space. Fiverr, if you need to have something made, whether it be a logo, social media post, you name it, Fiverr has the ability to do that. If you need to find somewhere to buy your social media posts, you can buy them on a subscription like 847 Studio or through Etsy. You can get really good social media templates for about $5 to $7 a month that you can leverage and utilize on a regular basis. And then YouTube Studio. So every agent should be leveraging and utilizing YouTube Studio for all video content that you have. You'll be surprised that when you leverage your video content on YouTube and add in the description, the topic and the idea of what is being talked about, it'll then throw itself into your Google search, which will make you a lot more visible for your potential clients, which is extremely important. So every time you're doing a video, no matter what it is, look to leverage and add it to your YouTube Studio account that you should create. Necessary tasks. You should be looking to plan a bi-monthly event. It doesn't have to be, once again, I'm big on being frugal with your money or very intentional, but planning a bi-monthly event allows for you to add to your email list, which is going to be extremely, extremely important. Next, creation of video content. And you can get your video content ideas from ChatGPT, asking it, to give you 10 different video topics for the Baltimore metro area that potential home buyers are searching or looking for, potential sellers are looking and searching for. Once you get the topic, you then go back in there and ask for it to write you a script for 15 to 30 seconds with a call to action on what you expect people to do. And then once you have that, you can embed that into an app that allows for you to be able to read it directly off the screen, so that you can build your confidence. Like the Captions app. Captions app is a great app that I use if I need to read something, if I wrote out a script, and it'll appear as if I'm not even reading, because they have different additional options that will disguise the my eyes moving as if I'm reading. So it's a great piece of content or application to be able to have and utilize, right? Blog posts. Blog posts are becoming more and more important, especially for those who have websites, in that is another searchable thing. So think about it, right? So a way that you can really crush and move up in your SEO ranking is having a blog post that has an embedded YouTube video with the same topic, and then you backlink it. And we'll talk about this in our future class that we are running. And then you backlink it to a partner who is also working with you. So let's say you hit up Ron or Josh and say, hey, I want to do a short little 15-minute video talking about the FHA process, right? So you guys do a 15-minute video on FHA process, save that video, you write a quick little blog article through ChatGPT on the FHA process, you backlink the article to an All Financial Services page, and we will look to do the same as well too. Now that is going to throw your post and your page higher on the Google ranking because you have social proof because you're tagging an actual page. You have video proof that answers the topic because it's in YouTube and YouTube is then searchable. And then you have SEO, the trigger words that are embedded into your blog article, which will make you more searchable as well too. Then necessary equipment. You want to have a domain name. Everybody in here should be by the middle of next year looking to invest in a domain name that you can leverage, whether it be just for your email or for your actual website. You want to invest in a domain name. You want to get a computer hard drive. For those, the video content, the better that these cell phones are getting, the larger this video content is becoming. So you want to have someplace to store and save all your video content. Black Friday is coming. So like a small SSD like this that I'm holding up is a great investment. They're about $60. This is a 1 terabyte SSD, but it's a great investment that you're definitely going to need and want to utilize. A laptop or iPad Pro so that you're able to do video editing a lot easier. Your logo signature that we talked about in the previous slide deck. So that way, when you're posting things, you can add your logo, your signature to your graphics so people can search and find them. And then move towards having an actual website design. And once again, you want the website design so that when you give people a call to action and tell them where to go, you can track that data through Google Analytics or some kind of analytics software to ensure that you're capturing everything that's necessary and needed to grow your business. Then who will we be without having a marketing blueprint? So this is very specific in telling you what you should be working on. So by this upcoming Sunday, I want everybody in here to have built or be building in the final building stages of their Google My Business page. We're going to start the foundation of our 2024 with Google. Everything is going to be searchable. Everything is going to be education. So you start that with your Google My Business page. Then you're going to start working on building your foundational content. What is that? It's when you search ChatGPT to find out what are pieces of information around the FHA process or conventional loan process that people are searching. Building that content, stockpiling that content so that you can begin to post it and you don't run out of topics or ideas to talk about. Setting up a website and embedding the analytics. That way you can capture as much people or as many people as possible going to your website or page so that you can find out who they are, what they look like, what they're searching, and things of that nature. Creating a call to action. What is your call to action going to be? How are you directing them to your website? How are you directing them to your all to see page so people can schedule a consultation, a booking page, so they can book a consultation with you? Like, what is that call to action going to be? And then looking to run an ad by spring of 2024. If nothing else, then to direct people to your website so that you can use that analytics to help push your brand and business. Questions?
Are you able to help with the with some of these things like the
Yes.
Google page? And okay.
Yeah, you can help, but I mean, really, it's one of those things. Google is so like simplistic that it walks you through step by step on what to add and what to have.
Okay.
Right? But then we can do a check-in afterwards. Yes, no problem. So, and I will be extending and staying on with you all to show you some things on websites, but I'll be pausing the recording. But on behalf of All Financial Services, Bill and Ron, I want to thank you all for attending our first of many social media marketing classes. As Ron shared earlier, it is important for us as an institution to invest in our realtors and give you all the skills and resources needed in order to be successful. And we want you to really see us as a partner in your upcoming journey as a realtor and use this as a resource to help leverage and grow your business.
Absolutely. Austin, really, excuse me, I really appreciate you, bro. I mean, your knowledge is based on experience and also the studying that you've done. We're very appreciative that this is more or less your wheelhouse. We can tell that you have a passion and interest in it, which is why it comes off so natural, man. Honestly, I truly believe that and mean that. I just want to leave you guys with, and I'll sign off. There's a couple of things that if I had to guess, that's going through your mind right now. One, this looks like a huge undertaking. It's a little bit maybe challenging or overwhelming. And then a couple other things like, I don't have time for this, or I don't like putting all my business out there, or I'm not a social media person, or I'm private. I don't want everybody to know my business. I can't afford the investment. These are some of the things that are going through your head right now. These are some of the things that go through your head when you make a great video and about to post it, but you never hit post. We all go through that. We've all been through that, especially myself. I can tell you that it's not natural to get on camera for me. I'm come from a school where a time where less is more, and gangsters move in silence, and all this other stuff that you hear that means nothing for your business. But I'm here to tell you that you can't afford not to do this social media, and you may not have time for it, but you don't have the time not to do social media. And I can just tell you that it's a mentality, it's a mindset, and it's not going to work for you until you shift that mentality and you adopt a how can I approach to your entire business. And a lot of people have that, but you got to apply that to this marketing and this social media thing. And I just wanted to reiterate that we all go through that when we're starting. We feel awkward. We don't like the way we sound. We look crazy, blah, blah, blah. But that's not the case. Those are your own opinions, okay? Don't worry about those things. And the last thing I'll say is people are going to have opinion no matter what you do, whether you post good on social media, whether you post bad on social media. If you don't post on social media, you can't control other people's opinions. All you can do is control what you do, your outlook, how you feel about yourself and what you put out there. And trust me, whatever they say is not going to affect your bottom line. It's not going to make you $1 more. It's not going to earn you $1 less. It's up to you to decide that this is what it is, and you change your mentality and you say, I can't afford not to make this investment in myself. So that's how I feel about it. I hope this helps. Again, we're adding value. We bring Austin on this platform to share his expertise and knowledge. And I can tell you that not everything, there's a tremendous amount of that. Not everything that's valuable translates or has to deal with money. So I think, and again, Austin, you've added a ton of value, and it's just part one. So stay tuned, stay locked in, send all your business to All Financial Services.
Yes.